for this?
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Woo! We are back. It is Monday, December 12th. Still counting down. Still time to go out there and finish that Christmas shopping. But in the meantime, it is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Time for another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News here at Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV.com. My name is Bill Miller. I am co-host along with
Jeff Belknap,
Brett Price.
And on the line we have with us
George Misch.
George Jorge Misch.
My last name. Yes.
Yes, I'm giving you your last name. The prognosticator himself from Cleveland, Ohio, back with us again. George, how you doing, buddy?
Beautiful. I'm up to 59%. I'm passing everybody in a fast lane, and I wish there was somebody who would do hockey because I'm like at 67% in hockey.
Oh, my man.
You can call me with hockey.
Yeah.
Especially at 67%.
Just a couple of nights. It's been very. But you got to be willing to take like a 180 to 100. I mean, some people won't do
fine.
it. But
Yep.
yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I might throw it on a parlay with something else. But,
that's it. Or the 1.5 puck line or something.
Yeah.
Nothing
Nice.
wrong with
Okay.
that. Guaranteed money.
Well, certainly going
67%.
forward, especially once college football ends, we can absolutely get involved in the NHL. And, and because I can agree, we're all hockey fans.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's, I think that's an excellent idea. And George, needless to say, man, we want to keep you on and we want to keep you incentivized. So keep that in mind.
We are going to have to get into the NHL because of the name problem that we're having.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to obviously be a story.
Does anybody, didn't somebody think about, hey, maybe we should, see if we can actually, have
Use
the
it?
rights to this
Yeah.
name?
Well, I think that they should
said
have
they-
waited for the approval from the patent
Before.
I mean, that's just just my opinion.
Absolutely.
But I'm not a billionaire businessman.
Yeah.
No, but we are talking about something that you're printing, ideally, garb,
Yeah.
swag.
Those could be collector's items. If you
That's
got
what I'm
something.
saying. I think we should buy it.
Yeah, like New Coke.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about
boy.
here?
I'm sorry, George. Come on, man. I'm sitting here. I probably.
It's great when you guys, and I know you're a lot younger than me, but you're still 16 and looking forward to becoming an adult, and I love that. I am jealous of you.
Thank you, George.
Hey, don't hate on us.
Well, I'm the second oldest of the group, so let's.
Okay. Well,
All right. Well, listen, guys. Obviously, the big news today, which I just came a lot quicker than I thought it would actually come, and that was the sudden, I guess, now predictable firing of Jeff Fisher from the LA Rams. As less than hours after it hit the press, of course, that beatdown they got by Atlanta yesterday,
Oof.
42-14, and folks, it was not as close as it sounds.
Nope.
I'll go first. This morning. It was my son, we were talking about it, and because he worked yesterday, and he was kind of like, well, how'd the games look? And I said, well, the Rams look like crap. It was really ugly. He goes, Dad, I wouldn't be surprised if they canned them today. And I said, so I spent a good 10, 15 minutes. Oh, no. Oh, gee whiz. Hey, Jeff, look, they've already, Jason, whichever my son's name is, Jason. I said, what they went through this ritual with this extension. I know it didn't really mean anything, but I don't think they want to sign this extension and a week later fire him. I think maybe they'll start looking. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, they'll be looking for a head coach, but they'll wait till the 5 o'clock after the last loss, and then bang, and then the way it goes. And then of course, we were on the way to get lunch at favorite spot, Rollin' Smoke.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you look up and guess what it says? Jeff Fisher fired. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Wait a minute. I called you.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right, George.
Yeah.
But I was talking to you on the phone, and I was trying to do some other things at the same time. But yes, George was the first to mention. Hey, by the way, they shit canned Fisher.
No respect.
Dangerfield.
But,
But at least you got Eric Dickerson back, which is wonderful.
Too bad he's not running the football for him.
Yeah.
It'd
No,
be a different
he's going to be
story.
able to go on the sidelines and talk to the players.
Yeah. So, guys, weigh in on this.
I'm not surprised. Actually, you called it last week. You called the
He
firing.
would be fired.
You actually said he'd be fired by the end of the year. I didn't know you meant calendar year. I thought you meant the football year.
Actually, I really thought the football year. I didn't think that they would, like wake up and just say, "Oh, this guy's got to go."
Well, if you guys got my picks yesterday, Atlanta was obviously one of my plays. I actually was not betting Atlanta. I was actually betting against the Rams.
Yeah.
And the problem that I see with the Rams is their offensive line is very bad. And it doesn't matter who they put at quarterback, who they have as running back. Their offensive line is really having some struggles.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have one of the best running backs in the league, I believe.
Yeah.
And if you put Gurley in Dallas, he would be doing just as well as
I agree.
Ezekiel Elliott is doing. And I do believe that. I think he's a great running back. And he catches the ball out of the backfield very well. He's just not being utilized correctly. And do I think that that's Fisher's fault? Maybe, maybe not. I think it is maybe a coordinator issue also. But the offensive line is bad. I mean, they really need to look into drafting or signing or whatever they need to do to get better. But I think it's.
What do you see next week when he calls the rest of his team a middle school football team? You'll see a lot of blocking there.
Well, the thing about it is playing Seattle on Thursday night is going to be a tough.
Yeah, with Seattle got
anyway.
revenge too.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat Seattle. I think it was the
Well,
first game of the
They
week.
always play Seattle
They've
tough.
lost 3 in a
Yeah.
row to the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Seattle coming off a
in
loss.
St. Louis, and in L.A. So, and
Yeah.
in
It's going to be interesting.
Seattle coming off a really embarrassing loss to
That
Green
didn't
Bay.
surprise
I heard a stat that Atlanta scored more touchdowns yesterday than LA has scored the whole season in their home games.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, I believe it.
Yep.
Well, I saw a stat that said when they were down 42-0 was the most that any team has been down at home since 2010
Wow. Interesting.
in 6 years.
That's
42-0.
Yeah, and they are
I
completely
don't have
sold
nothing
out.
coming from up here. This is Brownie country.
Hey, you guys are going to win next week.
Yeah.
Take the Browns money line against.
No, they will win as soon as San Francisco wins another game. Then they will win. They will not give up this first pick. And I told Bill, he don't remember this either this morning. I told him they will. Their play calling to me is just they're fixing the games without telling the players. I really believe.
I believe that.
George, you did mention that this morning.
RG3 he looked horrible. I actually watched portion of that game. And I'm like, why am I watching this again?
Yeah. My
Because
eyes were bleeding. My eyes were bleeding yesterday
I
watching
think he
that
was
game.
more concerned about if somebody was watching his car after it got broken into last week.
So back to Jeff Fisher. Now, did you know? And I know it's longevity, but do you know he's 10th in the NFL in wins
I believe
most
it.
wins?
Yes.
I believe that.
Yeah, well, he's been a head coach since he was like 30.
All right,
He's
so
been a
give him
Super
his
Bowl.
due. One of the gentlemen on Walter Football, who I love to listen to, say that he was a very good coach, but time has passed him by, and he never picked up the modern.
I can see. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That's what he said. So I don't know if that's true or not because I didn't realize he was even still around.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really as much him? I mean, you actually have to pick a staff as as a head coach. So you need.
He didn't give up 49 points.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, the bad thing is, I mean, the Rams' defense has been decent all year.
Yeah.
It's just their offense has been bad. And then, Atlanta just basically went in there and
Exploited.
slapped them around.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, if you look at Atlanta,
Injuries?
I don't think so. I haven't really checked, but I just don't think
I
they're
mean,
very
listen
talented.
to this, and I'm just throwing this out. 7, 13, 6, and 16, and then the next 3 games they gave up over 117
Could
points.
be. I don't know.
Wow.
they're bad. Just bet against them.
Then
That's what I've been doing the last few.
Then what I heard, just off of some stuff that might have some legs, is the next football
No,
coach
that's not
might
happening.
be Jim Harbaugh there.
That's not going to
So-
happen.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yes,
Okay. Not his father?
I don't see that. I don't know why he
What
would
about his
leave
younger brother?
what he's
His
doing at
younger
Michigan.
brother.
He's getting paid ridiculous amount of money, and he's got him rolling
Yeah.
there. But, you know,
Why
maybe
would-
he's not happy. He left college once before.
He's
Who knows?
He's still
Stanford.
spitting on the sidelines from the Ohio State game.
Yeah,
He's still getting didn't he get fined for his ref comments.
I think so. Not much,
That might
though.
be what it is.
I-
20,000.
Yeah, it wasn't much. Really.
I-
like, what?
For them, yes.
like, what?
For us, that's a lot, but for
Yeah.
them,
He pays that much for a sleepover.
Pays that much for Hagar or khakis.
nice.
So we had the firing of Fisher, and then of course we had some hirings by in some
Gosh.
unusual places. So let's start with Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin going to
Florida
Florida
Atlantic.
Atlantic.
Yeah.
Down on Boca Raton, Florida.
You think it's because he had a house down there that he did that? Or?
He seems like he might have a lot of houses as much as he's been fired around the country. But no, he's definitely going to take a pay cut. I think he just wanted to get back into the head coaching part of things and going back to Conference USA to see what he can do.
He might still be collecting USC checks
He-
as far as we know. So
he could. He could.
but
it'll be,
I think it was a school that considering where he was being discussed.
The thing is, the interesting thing is, and I don't know if it'll come out or not. He was in the running for a lot of those jobs, but all of a sudden they just dropped him. So
Well,
there's something in the
Well,
weeds about him, or
Fertitta, who's at
Houston.
Notre Dame.
Houston.
Yeah,
Oh, Houston, yeah.
And is on the board of the regents
Regents,
there.
yeah.
He came out and basically said that he just wasn't impressed,
yeah,
and that they kept coming back to Major
Major Applewhite.
Yep.
and that and then he felt that he had no connections to Texas high schools, and
Mm-hmm.
Applewhite obviously has a large
Oh, yeah.
connection with them, and he just said at that point it just became a no-brainer. But he kind of came out and said that Kiffin, he had met with him,
yeah,
and that there was even some rumor that because they wanted to kind of put a double-edged sword on his if anybody tried to poach him within a couple of years because of what they had to go through.
Harmon.
Yeah, and that, but no. So, I think the jobs that if he would have had a real opportunity at, he probably, if they would said, look, will you come play like LSU, like Texas, like Houston, maybe one or two others, and I think that he decided, what, I can build this program down there.
Well, the thing is with him, he was pretty much born with a silver spoon in his mouth. 30 years old, and he gets the Raiders job. Al Davis gives him the Raiders job.
He could thank his father.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, everything's been given to him, really. He had Tennessee, he had USC. Those are high major jobs. He's going to have to change a lot of stuff at FAU. I mean, he's shopping for the groceries, and he ain't going down the 4-star and 5-star aisle anymore. I can tell you that.
That's a good point.
So,
Well, I particularly don't think he's that great of a coach, and I agree with you, Brett, that he's been given a lot of great positions to kind of showcase who
Yeah.
he is.
Some of his age,
Oh yeah,
the jobs that he has on his resume.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
You would get somebody who's 15 to 20 years older.
The interesting thing too is, what would be a good TV show, I think, coming up this fall would be Lane Kiffin starting up at FAU, Butch Davis starting up at FIU, which are rivals.
right.
Do a little TV show, seeing how they build those two programs since they're rivals, and they play in the Shula Bowl, I guess they call
I
it down
like that.
there, and little TV show. That'd be kind of neat to
Who will
see.
be the first to violate?
Right.
Yeah, exactly, right. So, but
All right, we saw Charlie Strong pick up a quick job
South Florida
at South Florida.
Yep.
replacing Willie Taggart, who took the Oregon
Took
job.
the Oregon job, yeah.
So
The
and,
two best, my friends, are Tom Herman going from Ohio State to Texas, or
Yep.
to Houston to Texas, and then what's his name, Willie Taggart. There you go,
Mhm.
from Sun Belt to South Florida to Oregon.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep. Pretty.
There's
pretty,
a 200% raise in
yeah,
salary.
no doubt.
That's great.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta love these
So-
guys.
And but of course the heat that comes with the job too.
Yep. Got to win.
no
Got to
doubt.
produce.
Got to win.
Especially at
You know,
Oregon.
those are not schools that
Nope.
rebuild. Those
Those
are
are-
schools that the following
They
year are competing
expect
for
you to win.
Yeah.
national championship.
Yep. You got to contend.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
All
But
right.
the bank book still can comfort losing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I'll go 0-12. You pay me $12 million. I'll be like, hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Then there's another side one.
How you think
Cincinnati.
Chip, how
Cincinnati.
you think Chip Kelly's feeling? Up
Yeah.
in San Francisco, 1-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost 13 in a row, but I don't feel too bad.
Yeah, he's got some flow.
Well,
in
he's
his
got
bank
the
account.
32 offense. I mean, he went from, think about this. He went from the number 1 offense in college to the number 32 offense.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
pros.
his offense in Philly wasn't that great
Right.
either. So,
Yeah.
Just a quick one. Cincinnati filled their position too. They got Ohio State's defensive coordinator Luke Fickell is taking the Cincinnati job. So
Yeah,
he's
I
just
did hear
gonna drive a couple miles down the road to
Yeah.
Cincinnati from Columbus. So
Yeah.
And
Right
he
past
had
Kings
been at
Island.
Ohio,
Yeah.
he'd been at Ohio State since like 2005 or
No effect
2002.
whatsoever.
2002. So
They never recruited very well in Cincinnati since I was born, and they still don't. So let them have the territory.
yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So,
All right.
were you guys surprised at all, Major Applewhite? Because I heard that Les Miles was also in talks with that position in Houston. Did he actually beat out the young guy? Beat out the Les Miles?
I would not hire Les Miles. Honestly, I wouldn't hire him. Like a Jeff Fisher, like George said. It's stuff has kind of passed him by.
Yeah.
And if you offense, you watch
When he
Houston's
left, the
offense.
offense went up double.
If you watch Houston's offense the last few years,
against
and then
Alabama.
you want to hire Les Miles to bring what he had at LSU with all the talent, that wouldn't.
But I mean, just from a recruiting standpoint.
Well, I think again it boiled down to what connection did he have to Texas,
Right.
and the answer was none.
He probably had some being, border
You have
state.
the name.
Yeah, border state with
Yeah.
Louisiana, so he's
Down
dipping
there
his
in
foot into Texas to get some kids.
Texarkana
Oh, yeah.
territory.
So,
yeah. But congratulations to the coaches
Yeah.
that landed their positions, and best of luck to those who were ass out.
It's like a domino effect.
All right, gents, it's time for us to get into Bowl Mania. And so, folks out there, we will have our full bowl coverage show next Monday, the 19th. So please look forward to that, where we will discuss, the bowls that count, which will be a lot of them, up until January 2nd. We will be off the 26th for the holidays. But on the 2nd will be our final, bowl show, where we'll obviously be talking about the teams that will be in the championship bowl game. So, gents, where are we going to start? Are we going to start with the very first one? Or
Let's do it. Georgie, kick it off, buddy.
The worst one. Yeah, just
New Mexico Bowl.
17th, Utah and New Mexico in New Mexico. And I just have a quick few notes, and it really isn't. The veteran team of New Mexico goes against the first-time bowling Utes. Both run the ball well. I hit it right on the spot at 7 because they're at home. That's the only reason I took New Mexico. Utah has actually played very well against better teams, but
Yes.
I just have to go that way. And I have a lot of other comments for other games, but this one I'm at a loss for words, and that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I agree. This is, the home field really jumps out at you at this bowl game, and then the experience that New Mexico has. Experienced coach that Bob Davie, who's turned New Mexico around. A couple bowl games in a row.
Yep.
So, and then playing at home, I gotta go with New Mexico as well.
I would definitely take New Mexico in this game. I mean, they've actually kind of surprised me a little bit in the way that they handled Wyoming in their last game. A good Wyoming team. They beat them by 20 points or close to 20 points.
57-35.
Yep.
Yeah. So everybody's kind of in agreement that New
What
Mexico.
about Bill?
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Wait, but you said that was the first game. What about the Celebration Bowl in Grambling?
That was canceled due to
Lack
they
of funding?
couldn't find any 3-9 teams to fill it.
Yeah.
Actually, Grambling 11-1.
Yes, I took them in my ESPN. Which, by the way, if you get into it, if you pick every game right, you win $1 million.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Can you come to Vegas if you win? And we'll go
I
to-
don't have a
go
clue.
to
I mean,
Sapphire.
just to put it into perspective, I have in both Walter and that I'm perfect in the Survivor for some reason, and now it's down to whatever, and I am 11,300th.
Oh, wow.
Tied with 11,000 some other people.
That's like
and
the
Walter, I'm in
bracketology
the top
thing or
100.
whatever.
After taking one loss.
I haven't taken a loss yet.
He didn't
Oh,
even
wow.
start it. He's telling it. Yeah.
Well, the AFR Celebration Bowl, I have to weigh in here. My cousin JoJo is a Grambling alumni.
Okay.
He goes down every year for the Big Bash.
11-point favorites.
He was at the game.
Wow,
in
there's
which
a spread on that?
Grambling
Yep.
just
Oh, wow.
annihilated a very good Southern
Who are they
team.
playing for this?
They're playing
Carolina Central.
North Carolina
Central.
Which
Okay.
is a 9-2 team.
Wow.
Surprisingly enough,
Is that
0-2 against the spread.
Is that game on TV? It's like an NBC
Yeah,
game?
no, that's normally that's normally a
ABC
game.
on noon on Saturday.
Dang, I'll watch
Yeah,
that game.
noon
So
Eastern
it's
time.
9-2. NC Central is 9-2, 0-2 against the spread. Grambling 11-1, 1-0 against the spread. They've had one game on the board. with
I'm
Grambling.
going with Grambling. I saw the way they just literally manhandled Southern University.
Yeah.
And that program has really turned around. A few years ago, just a couple years ago, they were all but talking about eliminating that program.
Yeah,
Period.
I remember that. Yeah.
The players that literally struck. They weren't going to travel. They were tired of. There were
Yeah.
the floors were buckling in the training facility. I mean, it was an absolute mess. And he
Win one for Eddie, baby.
Yeah.
That's right.
Eddie
and,
Robb.
so I'm going to go with Grambling on this one.
Nice.
Obviously, for my cousin JoJo.
There you
love
go.
it.
Yeah.
Go JoJo. Just a little side note on the New Mexico Bowl. If you like playing totals, New Mexico is 10-2 to the over for the year on their games. So,
63.
Yeah. 63 is the number. So.
All right.
George hates overs. You just heard.
Oh,
that.
yeah. I heard the
Over,
sigh.
okay.
It's okay.
Let's go to Las
Still pays the
Vegas.
same.
Las Vegas, the Las
Las
Vegas
Vegas.
Bowl.
Houston with no coach. Well, they do have a coach.
They
but-
got Applewhite.
And San Diego State with the best Las Vegas running back of all time next to Ron Dane.
Yep.
Yep.
I am taking Houston for minus. It actually went up to 3.5, but I got it in this Fox poll that I was told to
Yep.
do.
I got to do mine, so.
And I take it Houston because they're third in the country against the run, and Pumphrey's basically, to me, their whole offense. They don't pass only in emergencies.
Right.
So it should be very interesting. But the San Diego defense only gives up 21 a game, too, so Houston's going to have to figure out what to do. But I think they're just more balanced, and San Diego hasn't looked good at the end of the year to me.
No, they
I
kind of
took
limped to the
Houston
finish
I
line
took
here.
Houston by 5.
Okay. Cool.
I like Houston.
Yeah, I like Houston as well. Just the experience alone. Greg Ward running things. I mean, he's a dynamic playmaker, and in these kind of games, those guys really stand out, and they make a big difference in games like this. I think, and the other thing is Houston's run defense is very, very good, and that's a strong point of San Diego State. So I'm definitely leaning Houston here, and I think they win by touchdown probably, right around there.
Yep.
All
I
right.
agree.
I'm going to go also with Houston on this one as well.
Yeah.
This is no fun.
Hey, listen, the
I'm
night's
just going to
still
take whatever
young.
George takes.
The next one,
Okay.
the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl from Montgomery,
What?
Alabama. The Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama.
Did you miss
Oh,
one?
you skipped over the
skipped
Cure
over
Bowl.
the Cure
Okay,
Bowl.
you're at the Camellia. Appalachian and Toledo. Okay, you want that one?
You want to go to Cure Bowl?
Okay.
The what?
Cure Bowl?
No,
Cure
the
Bowl.
Cure,
Oh, Citrus Bowl.
they're going to the Camellia Bowl.
Oh,
right?
we're going to look at Amelia Bowl. Okay, we skipped. Okay, we'll do that one. App State and Toledo. What you got there, Georgie? What do you think?
I have App State. I mean, they have the fabulous 2 running backs, and that's
Mhm.
they don't pass very much. Another team like San Diego, but I have Toledo is just 8th in passing in the country, 4th in total offense. I'll take a balanced attack over a team that only runs the ball pretty well, and I went against Appalachian one time earlier in the year, and it came up in this one. I really like a lot Toledo -1. And I got Toledo by 2, believe it or not, but I think it's better than that.
So you like Toledo then?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think Toledo's just the better team. I like that balance that you talked about, George.
Hunt is Hunt is be a nice fourth, fifth round pick for some NFL team.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
You know, and the quarterback's really good. I mean, he's thrown, I think,
40-some passes,
40-some touchdown passes.
Yep.
Their defense is, you know, good, not great, nothing to write home about. But, you know, it's one of those, you know, Toledo, I seen a stat, they are 12-2-1 in the last 15 away from the Glass Bowl, which is their home
definitely,
stadium.
yeah.
So, I like Toledo in this. I think the new coach is fitting in nicely there, and I just think, you know, in these games that seem kind of even, you just go with the better team, and I think Toledo's the better team.
I like it. I like the over, actually.
Yeah, the over. Could
57 and a half.
definitely hit on that. Yeah.
Yep.
Could definitely hit that.
I'm going to also go with Appalachian State.
Going App State.
I'm going with.
Oh, you're on App State.
You're still on that train, huh?
I'm still. It's bound to
Write
hit
it
sooner or
down.
later.
Going
Odds
the
are.
Boone, the train from Boone, North Carolina. Old Bill's still on that bad boy.
You got the other cheek to spank today. That's good. I like that. So.
Okay, we got right at the same time, 5:30. On it's going to be on CBS Sports, and that's the Auto Nation Cure Bowl.
Yes.
UCF
Live from
versus
Orlando.
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State, UCF. I only have one trend, and you go here. This is for you over and under freaks who have loved them. 6-17-1 under, or 17-6-1 on the under in this one between these two teams, both of them combined. So I think it's 49.5. Looks that would be pretty interesting. Maybe
Yeah,
to take it
I think
lower.
it'll be close. Yeah, close on that. You thinking about anything on the side, George? You got anything on that?
I took UCF minus 5.5. I had by 7, but I wouldn't bet anything. UCF is. God, if I could read my writing, this would be. Both teams are in the top 50 in yardage given up, and in the top 15 in sacks. So this leads to the under again, which both teams are very defensive oriented, and they have a freshman and sophomore quarterback. I don't know which way it is, vice versa, or whatever, but that leads to maybe some mistakes, and I do take UCF minus 5.5, but by 7.
Yeah, I kind of like Arkansas State in this, getting the points. I think it's going to be kind of like a field goal game, and just they got off to a slow start, going 0-4 to start the season, and then they had a lot of JUCOs and transfers coming in from Alabama, a couple from Texas and Oklahoma and things like that. So they got some talented players there. They just had to bring it together, and they started coming on. They won the Sun Belt. They slipped up a little bit at the end with Louisiana Lafayette.
Yep.
But then UCF, they're an up-and-coming team. Frost has got them going, got them believing a little bit. But I think they're an up-and-coming team. I don't think they're ready to make the step. I think a step for them, which was good, was making a bowl game this year.
Yeah.
They finally benched their quarterback, Holman, who I think has been there for 10 years.
Yeah,
It
it seems like it.
It's
and
a scarlet
7-year
shirt.
red
It's not a
shirt.
red shirt.
and just a little tidbit here. UCF is 5-2 as a favorite this year, but they've beaten South Carolina State, FIU, East Carolina, UConn, Tulane, and Cincinnati.
Powerhouses.
Yes, not really murderers row there. So, I'm gonna take the points with Arkansas State. I think.
I actually have Arkansas State plus the points.
Yeah.
I appreciate the info on the under. I might jump on that.
Oh,
George.
definitely.
It's all right.
That's a good info. That's a good info.
It's your money.
I love it. I love my money.
I'm going to also
On
go
the
with
other hand,
State.
Arkansas State has beaten the thrilling teams like South Alabama, ULM, Georgia State, New Mexico State, and Texas State,
Powerhouses.
who together wouldn't beat the Browns.
You couldn't put together a squad, is what you're saying.
Okay,
So,
All right.
fine, the last one.
Next game, the last game on Saturday, that's the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl from the Superdome in New Orleans. That'll be at 9 p.m. Pacific time.
Southern Miss, Nick
Southern
Mullins.
Miss, and UL Lafayette.
Yes, I have no idea why I'm doing this, and I'm not on pills or anything. But ULL has won has won 4 straight times they've been in the New Orleans Bowl. It's like a home game to them,
Right.
and I'm going to take them because and I don't know why their quarterback last game, even though they won, did not have a passing yard. He was 2 for 5 with no yards, but I'm going to take it straight up as an upset plus 3.5 and on the flat. I like Elijah McGuire. He reminds me of Hunt from Toledo and should be in the NFL next year. So I'll just say a prayer on that one because I'm not going to be watching.
I couldn't agree with you more on that, George. I
Really?
like ULL on the money line as well. I just think both teams are not too far away from basically where the game is, so there's really no advantage there. But the one thing that gets to me is Southern Miss is 124th in giveaways in turnovers this year. They're just they've lost. They're minus 16 in turnover margin for the year, and I just can't.
That's about the worst.
I can't back a team that's giving that ball away like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna back Lafayette on this.
There you go.
Well, I have no opinion, but
You're gonna have to
The
if you're in our thing.
the fact that Southern Miss somehow beat La Tech.
Yes, that drew me too, and I appreciate what you said. I don't know, but everybody finds the acorn once in a while.
The, the one thing with Southern Miss too, I don't know if
I don't think
Mullins
they're a
is
good
going to
team.
play. I don't know if
I
he's
don't
going to
think they're a
play.
good team.
He's been hurt all year. So I
Okay, so if I have to bet, do I have to go against the spread? Is on this
Yeah,
in
it's-
this Fox thing?
well, it's
Yeah. You got to read
BS.
between the lines, but that's what it says.
Okay, so if I have to go against the spread, I'm going to take La Tech or Lafayette.
Lafayette. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Because I can't see Southern Miss covering this game. I also can't see Lafayette winning this game.
no, I think it's going to be a close game, and with the spread being 3, I just I'm going to go with the team I think is going to win the game. So I basically would play Lafayette on the money line.
Okay.
So
Lafayette.
Bet hockey that night.
Yeah,
bet
that's what I'm
hockey that
saying.
night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that happens in the Superdome, you never know. The lights could go out.
Yeah, could do whatever. So that's fun.
We're
Turn
the
the page
Beyonce
to the
halftime.
19th.
Yeah.
Okay, Monday night, we go to the Miami Beach Bowl, not Peach Bowl, folks. I am saying beach with a B.
I like it.
And that's Central Michigan and Tulsa,
They're playing this game in Marlins Park.
Marlins Park.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, 2:30, and on ESPN, of course.
I do not give up more than 10 points very often, but this is a situation that one team is going down, one team's going up. Tulsa has a chance if one of their receivers grabs passes for 73 yards to have the first time in college history 3,000-yard passer, 2,000 yards rushers, and 2,000 yards receivers.
Wow.
They've scored 31 every game except for Ohio State, and Central Michigan's only scored 31 3 times, and it hasn't been in a while. They have rushed the quarterback and nothing else, and I don't know why they are even here, except they were 6-6. But I love this game at minus 11.5, and that's a lot of points, and I don't like to do it, but
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
I agree. I like Tulsa on this. I just think Central's losing tread real fast towards the end of the year. They're, a little stat on Central Michigan. They're 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games. It's not very good. And then going the other way is Tulsa has won 8 of their 11 games by double digits.
Nothing
Good
wrong
enough
with
for me.
Like Mark Lawrence.
that. Well,
Yeah.
I actually marked this game with Tulsa, like, you guys can see my sheet here. And mainly because Central's been playing so poorly. You were talking about how they are against the spread, but they've also lost 4 or 5.
Yeah, like outright. Yeah, they're
yeah.
not winning.
So, that kind of, and we had talked about this in previous shows about how they were actually just kind of tailed off from the beginning of the season. So I'm with Tulsa also.
4 of the last 5 they lost.
Yep.
Straight up.
I'm going to also go with Tulsa.
Say it isn't so.
Just
Tulsa across
gut
the board.
feeling.
Gut feeling. Nice.
I love it.
Real
I could have been sleeping
right
by
about
now.
here.
Okay.
All right.
Turn the page.
Tuesday, December 20th. It's the Boca Raton Bowl as they welcome on a float Lane Kiffin at halftime. And that is going to be Memphis
singing the
versus
national anthem?
Western Kentucky. He'll be pressing the flesh, that's for sure. And they'll be at FAU Stadium in Boca Raton.
And you also did not mention your coaching changes. I don't know if he's going to be there for that, but WKU hired the Notre Dame offensive coordinator today. Sanford, I believe his name.
Oh, Mike Sanford.
Mike
Yep.
Sanford.
Son of the old UNLV coach,
Fred Sanford.
Lamont.
Yes, Lamont.
I love
Lamont.
it.
Okay, yeah, he's still preaching in Oregon, by the way. So,
Oh,
I switched this about 6 times, but I'm going to. First of all, somebody's going to win the game like 45-42.
Yep.
That's a known fact. I switched at the end that I'm taking Memphis +5 just because I really think this Norville has done a great job with the team after the other guy left. And I only got Western Kentucky to win by 1. And if you take this, I'm quitting. Go ahead.
I agree. I like Memphis as well.
Jesus.
Hey,
Oh, I like it. That's good.
yeah. Okay, I like Memphis as well. Western Kentucky. I think that this could affect them a little bit. Losing their coach. He was a play caller. I definitely think that puts a little wrinkle in their thing. And then I just don't think they've beat very many good teams.
No, I agree.
I just think that, I think they
But
maybe
they
won.
beat who was put in front of them, though.
Yeah, I think they beat like 4 teams with
Point
winning
records.
records. And Memphis is just, I think they just got a little bit, better players, Jimmy's and Joe's. So I'm going to go with Memphis and take the points.
I am actually going to lay the points in this one. I mean, if I have to. I mean, I'm not going to bet this game. I can tell you that right now. But in our deal, I'll lay the
Mhm.
points. And I love the over.
Over,
I mean,
yeah.
these Memphis actually plays a lot better defense in Western
Mhm.
Kentucky.
They just played. I think their schedules they've just played better teams.
Yeah.
I think too. So I always.
You remember
lean that way.
McKay, the coach at Tampa Bay and
Yep.
USC?
Jim
Oh,
McKay.
yeah.
Yep.
I was reading a little article about him, and goes to this game. The punters on the team, when he came in and they lost the game 42-3 to somebody, he said, anybody that needs to shower, go ahead. And I think this is going to be the punters. I don't think they'll even they'll just sit there.
No,
Nah,
they won't even be in
they'll
uniform.
have some snacks in their socks, just sitting on
Yeah,
the
there
bench.
you go. Oh boy.
Let's
Okay,
move on.
well that's it.
Hang on.
Wait, you still got
Yeah.
Bill's take.
Yeah, I know you've been waiting for it. I'm going to go with Western Kentucky.
All right, little
like it.
little split action,
Hey,
a little
if
head
you
to
got a-
head.
if
You
you got a
knew George
track-
against these two.
Any track meet, somebody's bound to stumble.
That's right.
Yes.
True enough. I like it.
Yeah. All right, next we've got Wednesday, December 21st, and that is going to be the San Diego County CU Poinsettia Bowl at Qualcomm Stadium, where the Chargers are actively trying to flee from. And that is going to be BYU and Wyoming, and I guarantee you that game is going to be sold out because the folks in Wyoming will be dying to get down to San Diego,
Yep.
and BYU fans will go anywhere.
I
to
think
support their
BYU
team.
fans will be 80% of the crowd myself. But just judging on how they fill up the Las Vegas Bowl on a regular.
But it's
Okay.
San Diego; they can't go wrong with the weather.
That's right.
BYU and Washington wants to go. Wyoming, who wants to go first?
I'm going first. I
All
can
right.
get out of your way, and I'm BYU has only won 1 game against a winning team. I like Bowl as a coach, the guy from North Dakota State coming in there, and it's going to be. These are great system. I mean, great. I don't know what the word is. The run against the defense and stuff. Hill is fabulous for Wyoming, but he's going against the 8th best rushing defense in Brigham Young. And Williams is a very good running back when he's healthy, and Wyoming are like 112th in defense. So I still like the 8.5 points for Wyoming. It's been a magic year. I know they've had trouble with New Mexico and stuff, but I don't like. I love this Mangum guy who's taken over for Hill for BYU, but he just hasn't. He's cold. He hasn't. He's only thrown 14 passes all year, and I'd rather go with the Wyomings.
Well, we spoke about this before the show, and I was actually surprised that actually people were still betting BYU.
Yeah.
The line's actually up to 9 now, and I'm definitely on Wyoming on that one. I mean, I think that they just control the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watched them play, except for the UNLV game. Let's pull that game out because that game was a
Yeah,
shootout.
that
I don't
was
know
a
what they were
fluke.
doing in that
Yeah.
game. And Brett, you did say that they were overlooking or looking past that
Yeah.
game because they played San Diego State the next week. But
Yeah.
I honestly think that Wyoming they have a possible chance of winning this game, but I would definitely take the 9 points.
Yeah, I agree. I like Wyoming as well. I mean, I just think, BYU is, a lot of injuries here late in the year. Really haven't played anybody down the stretch to really test themselves.
What, Utah State?
Utah State, Southern Utah, those guys. And the teams, that are balanced, kind of a little bit balanced like Wyoming, when they played like Boise and Toledo,
Yep.
they give up a lot of yards against them. And I'll take those points and run, and I see Wyoming at the finish line.
I agree.
I'm going to go with Wyoming. I mean, just the way I think they outperformed everybody this year
Yeah.
in the Mountain West Conference.
Well, I mean, that, Good.
Seriously, I just think that I think that given BYU, and they've kind of played a little sketchy, over the last few weeks, and I think Wyoming, that whole program's on the uptick.
Yeah. Just a question for all of you: is it? I know Wyoming had a good, record-wise. Is it because the Mountain West was down this year?
yes.
I believe so too. Yeah.
And again, I think you play the schedule that you've got.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
But I'm also going to say something, and this affects your, if you love your UNLV, this
We
is the
don't.
way it's supposed to happen when you bring a coach in for a winning program. Granted, your gentleman was from Gorman, but Bull has made the North Dakota State a fabulous
Oh, yeah.
mhm.
lower division, and it's working now, and it's just going to get better.
Yep.
They had a blowout win this week, too.
Yeah, I watched some of those. Those are good.
Well, the
Guys-
thing that impressed me really about Wyoming is, playing the best team against the Mountain West with San Diego State.
Mhm.
They beat them, and then in the championship game, actually
Played
played
tough.
a
Yeah.
very competitive game,
Yeah.
covered both games, won both games.
Right.
Well, 1-1.
Got them both at
covered
home, which
yeah.
is an advantage, too, especially the second one when it's 10 degrees or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
I
But
love that.
no, I mean, I just like their experience and their balance. I really like it.
Yeah.
So
Good game.
I'm going to.
I'm not going to that game, but it's a good game.
yeah.
All right.
Even in San Diego. Unless someone gives me tickets, I'll go.
Okay.
Go to the Potato Bowl,
Yep.
which is up next.
Next, the
Famous.
famous Idaho Potato Bowl from Albertson Stadium, the supermarket stadium up in Boise. So we get to, I guess, watch that blue field. Idaho versus Colorado State. So Idaho literally playing a home game, essentially. Gents.
I'm taking the plus 13.5. Most people aren't, but this is one of the neatest stats to me. Both teams have covered the last 7 games they've played,
Wow.
so you can't find any difference in them. Colorado State actually lost their quarterback early, but Nick Stevens came in, the old starter, and acted like he should have been there the whole year. And Idaho, I'm going with Idaho because I thought they were out after this year, but they say they have one more year in Division One, and they got to be pissed off. I apologize for that, but actually they made the choice to go down after they booted them out for money reasons. But this is kind of a sentimental one for me.
I'm kind of torn on this game. Just the point spread part of it. I mean, I think Colorado State wins,
Yes.
but that number is just at a weird spot for me. I really like the way Colorado State's playing right now. Bobo, their coaches really, got them going. But I also like, Idaho getting 2 touchdowns basically as well. So I'm not going to play this game at all. But if you got, I got to make a pick here. I'm going to go with Idaho. Just hang around, maybe lose by 10 or so.
Well, hell, it's your pool. school. You got to do it.
I know I do.
All right.
I will take Colorado State. I don't think that Idaho's. I mean, this is a game I will absolutely not invest any money in whatsoever. But if I did have an extra, $5 million laying around, I would actually lay it on Colorado State on the money line and to win my $1 million.
There you go.
Call up Fisher. He's got plenty.
Well, him and Bobby Bonilla, maybe we get him to give us some action.
Bobby Bo.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to go with Colorado State.
Yeah.
Colorado State.
It's that number. It's just sitting
It
right
is.
there.
It's a lot of points,
Yeah.
and
I could.
I absolutely
I
wouldn't
could
bet
pick
this
either way.
game
Really, I really
for no
could. I
reason.
could make arguments for both. So.
Love for it. I'm going to put a star next to it. The 2.5 against me. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay.
All right, gents, we're going to have to pick up the pace here a little bit.
Yes, we do.
Four
We have
games left.
16 minutes.
All right, and then, of course, we're going to have the Dirty Dozen, or is it the...
Oh, we need.
Dirty
Yeah, we
Dozen?
definitely
Dozen.
need to pick up the pace.
Dirty Dozen.
All right. Okay.
Bahamas Bowl.
Friday, we've got Popeye's Bahamas Bowl.
Well,
coming
I would just
from
like to
Thomas
go there.
Robinson Stadium in Nassau, Bahamas. What a great place to go for a bowl
great.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern Michigan and Old Dominion.
So who do I pick? One team hasn't been to a bowl in 28 years, and one team is going to his first bowl. And I already wrote this down as a 5-star because I like ODU because they rush and pass, and they have the better defense than EMU. And God bless EMU for having the best year they've had since they got rid of Ron English. And but I love ODU -4 if it's still there. I have that by like 10 points.
Yep, this is one of my favorite ones of the bowls as well. I've liked ODU all year,
Yep.
pretty much, and I like them. I like them here too. 3.5, 4 points. I think they win by, like George said, I think around 10 to 14, 2 touchdowns. They're going for a 10-win season, first bowl game. They got a lot of things going for them. All their wins have been by double digits all year. In all their wins.
Yep.
So I'm going with ODU.
Well, I don't remember if it was on the air or not, but I remember last week I actually kind of probed you. I was like, dude, you
Yeah.
didn't take OD.
Yeah.
What was the deal?
Yeah.
So I love this. Mine is as far as up to a touchdown. I would take it. Eastern, I remember George in the beginning of the year said that they were 121 in the league, and I'll
Good
never
for them,
forget
though.
that. But they did play everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they outshine.
And you know where I have them now, my friend? I got them at 98th. So they went into the 4th group, which is they played well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree that they play well.
Pardon me, 99th. I'm sorry.
In a conference that's reasonably tough. I mean, compared to the competition. So I'm going OD.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got a great colleague of mine that I worked with for about 6 years who went to Old Dominion University.
Nice.
Who contacted me when he found out that they
Does
were...
he have tickets by the chance?
he may probably be
Do you even
going.
know where ODU is at?
And he's, he's
Do I?
everything
Yes, I do.
Virginia,
Norfolk, Virginia.
but I'm going to go with ODU on it. And,
I love it.
Because I told him that we would probably be talking about it on this show. So I'm going with you, buddy, on this one.
Little side note: who'd have thought that Eastern Michigan and Old Dominion would have been in a bowl game, and Notre Dame, Oregon, Ole Miss, UCLA, and Michigan State are not in a
Or
bowl
not.
game?
Yeah. That's some good.
Did you include UCLA in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
good.
he did, George. He absolutely did.
Okay.
I knew you were listening for it.
Speaking
Yeah.
of
All right.
UCLA, nice win.
We're even on the Harbaugh thing now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. And
La Tech
very
and
welcome,
Navy.
Jeff.
This one, I go. We're getting fast here. I don't know. I looked up in the preseason to see where this Abby or whatever his name is was. He was 6th in the depth chart as quarterback. I give him a lot of credit. Army though took care of him. I'm taking La Tech, but I'm going to take Navy by 3.5, and I don't have any reason for it except Navy's just tough SOBs, and I wouldn't be surprised if they even won with the 6th-string quarterback.
I'll go quickly and say I'm taking La Tech just based on the way that Navy's been playing the last few games.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Navy. I think they're just gonna keep the ball away from 'em. You know.
They're going to need to.
Yeah.
That's the
I
only
think
way
they're
that
gonna keep the ball
they're not
away
going to
from
put up
'em
50.
and win that tight game. Win a tight game.
I'm going with Navy as well. Right, this is to the end. Next game up, Dollar General Bowl out of Mobile, Alabama, Ohio, and Troy.
Another one. Both teams give up 22 points a game. Troy is a little bit better on offense. I'm going to take Ohio U plus 3.5. but I'll take Troy to win. And this is sentimental for Frank Solich, who former Nebraska and Cleveland high school star. So I kind of like that game.
I'm going with Ohio as well. I just think they're a
That's
little
shocking.
bit better defense, and I think they played a better schedule. So I go with the better team when it's tight, close like that. So I'm gonna go with OU.
I'm going to take Troy, although they've kind of let me down in the last couple times I've actually bet them. So I'm going to go ahead and take a -4, but I do like the over in this game.
All right, I'm going to go with Ohio on this one. Next up,
Last one.
that's it. Yep, you're right.
Is there a line on
Hawaii
this?
Bowl
Is there a line on this?
from
No,
I
there
haven't
isn't
seen
one
one.
as far as I know
I haven't seen
as
one.
of when we got on here. So it's all based on stock still, I assume.
Yeah, I
Because their second string quarterback is already out with a concussion and he won't play. But I think it doesn't matter. I have them winning, but not by as much as because I have them only winning by 5 because they'll be out there partying.
Yeah.
But the good thing about Middle Tennessee, at least, when both those quarterbacks went down, turned around and ran for 465 yards
Nice.
in the next game. So they have a little diversification. So I'll still take them straight up, but I couldn't tell you about the line.
Well,
What do you think? 13 points, 12 points, some of
I
that?
think 10 points probably.
Right,
10, okay.
I'll take that all day. I'll take Hawaii and those points.
I would actually lay those points with Middle Tennessee State. I'm just guessing that it's 10 points, but we'll
yeah,
just go
I
ahead
mean,
and
I
make a book.
like
to
George's
it.
theory. I think the guys, go out to the islands.
Have a
Hawaii's
good
already
time.
there. They're used to it.
Yeah.
It's a big vacation.
Well, this could be
I
like
think it's going to be a shootout, and the over looks good. So
this could be very easily like, why did Hawaii make a bowl? I mean, we talked about in the beginning of the year. I mean, they're really not that great of a team, in my opinion. I just don't see them even being a home game. The game means absolutely nothing to them. I mean, it is a home game. It's just the formality of suiting up and playing a game, in my opinion. That's why I would take Middle T.
Do they fill the stands out there? I don't,
Absolutely not. There'll be like 6 people.
Yeah.
And that's if the 3 of us go.
I'll go with Middle Tennessee on it. Okay. All right.
I'm
So
riding solo on this one.
So listen, we've got just a few minutes, so let's get into the Dirty Dozen. And the rules are very simple. It's not about lines. It's about up and down. Pick 'em. And Brett, who do we have first?
We're going to do some of these bowls. We've already discussed some of them. We're going to go to the New Mexico Bowl. We're going UT San Antonio or New Mexico. George, what do you
This
got?
is straight up now, right?
Yep, straight up.
Yes.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
I'll take New Mexico as well.
Across the board, New Mexico. Next game, Las Vegas Bowl, Houston, San Diego State.
Houston.
Houston.
I'm going Houston too.
Yeah.
App State, Toledo.
Oh, App State.
Toledo's easy.
I'm riding this train all the way to
It's not
the end.
working.
Oh, no. Did your pen go out?
There. Everybody's Toledo except
Me.
okay.
That Billy.
All right. UCF, Arkansas State.
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State.
UCF.
I am going with Arkansas State as well.
Yes.
Oops, UCF. My pen is like dying. Next one, New Orleans Bowl, Southern Miss, ULL.
You motherfucker. URL.
ULL.
I'm going ULL. Jeff.
I'm going ULL also.
Okay.
All right.
Last bowl games,
Sorry, I was getting
Tulsa
belted over.
and Central Michigan.
Tulsa.
What?
Tulsa
That's
without
a
a
dirty dozen?
I put it
Tulsa.
in there.
By 112.
They win by 4 touchdowns.
Okay. NFL, Tennessee at Kansas City.
Casey.
KC.
Okay. No, dude, I haven't even looked at the NFL. Yeah, Kansas City at home.
Although I think that is probably going to be one of the best.
I think it's
games
going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Kansas City at home as well. Better coach. Detroit at the New York Football Giants.
Wow. Mean
That's a
game.
tough one.
Giants.
Why don't you guys go once in a while?
I'm going to go Detroit,
Very quietly.
of course. Like you guys didn't know that.
I'm going Giants.
I'm going Detroit.
Yes. You pretty
New
much sealed
England
the
at
deal.
Denver.
New England.
New England.
New England. And because Denver's quarterback's horrible.
New England across the board. Tampa Bay at Dallas.
That's going to be a really good game.
Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas on the downside. I'm going to go
Okay.
Tampa Bay.
Oh.
I think that they're going to come up against some stiff competition.
Did you just
I'm going Dallas.
take both teams?
Hold on,
Nick-
because I'm gonna make this point really quick. If Detroit beats the Giants, they clinch the division.
Okay.
Detroit will definitely win on the
Okay.
26th. Which I
New Orleans at Arizona.
New Orleans.
Arizona.
New Orleans, without a doubt.
Arizona. No, New Orleans.
Arizona's horrible.
I'm going. Well, New Orleans ain't doing anything either. I'm going to go with the home team on this thing. Indianapolis at Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Indianapolis.
I'm
Minnesota.
going Minnesota. That's it.
Yeah, Luck's out of
Dirty
gas.
dozen.
All right, we are done. And just in the nick of time, I'd like to thank folks for, needless to say, watching us tonight. George, Jorge Misch from Cleveland, thank you as always, man, for just being available to us, brother. We really appreciate it.
It's 9:55.
All right. Well, and on behalf of my colleagues, thank you so much for joining us. Join us next Monday. That will be the
Take care.
final bowl show before we go on the Christmas hiatus. Next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Southern Nevada Sports News come to you from Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV.com. Have a great week.
God bless.